Big Bubble Radio.
Hello and welcome to the local lockdown with me, Neil Stockley. On this week's show we have two very different artists. Our first artist is singer-songwriter Ryan Gates, and following him will be a band called The Nightmares. First we're going to start off with Ryan, and later on we'll move on to The Nightmares. Here's Ryan's first track. That was Ryan Gates' first track on the local lockdown. Cool track. The intro kind of reminded me of a Steely Dan kind of thing. It had a lot going on rhythmically. Very cool. Great guitar solo. I mean, Ryan writes and records all his own material himself. He plays every instrument. And it sounds cool. It sounds like it's a project that's obviously means a lot to him. He spent a lot of time doing it. And he's got a cool sound.
Don't forget, you can email us. studio@bigbubble.uk.
Okay, so now it's time to move on to Ryan's second track.
In my room, depression coming very soon. In my room, depression's coming very soon. Depression's coming very soon. I'm in my room. Depression's coming very soon. Gotta lift the gloom, gotta lift the gloom. Gotta get rid of this depression soon. Gotta get rid of this depression soon. Only one way to lift the gloom. Surrounded by drinks here in this room.
That was Ryan's second track on the local lockdown tonight. Very different feel, very deep. I really, really love that double harmony throughout the whole song. Obviously, it's got a very serious meaning. You only have to listen to the lyrics to know that. But what a cool groove. Love the guitar. As ever, I play 2 tracks from each artist, and then later on I'll give some background on each artist. So later on you'll get to hear another track from Ryan, and I'll talk about him, his music, and how he creates it and what it's all about.
The Local Lockdown with Neil Stockley.
Okay, so now it's time to move on to our second act today. This band is called The Nightmares, and here is their first track.
Take it easy.
That was The Nightmares with Take It Easy. Cool track. Love a bit of sort of post-punk. It kind of reminds me of The Hives. I don't know if anyone remembers The Hives. They were kind of around between, I don't know, early 2000s, but they had real energy. And The Nightmares very much remind me of them. I haven't seen The Nightmares live, so I don't know how they perform, whether they're sort of up and energetic, jumping around, or what their deal is. But musically, yeah, very catchy, very cool. I like that. It's great. Okay, let's move on to their second track, and then we shall come back later on and talk about The Nightmares.
Spread your love around. I wanted that fever. I wanted too much. What she does, she knows something you should never do. When she speaks of the
That was The Nightmares with Hanging Around. The bass line at the beginning and at the end, I love it. The bass player really digs in. It's got real power to it. Kind of reminds me of sort of a Duff McKagan way of playing. You can really hear him digging in, and it gives it a real drive. The drums, the whole rhythm section were massively solid. The drumming's great. I really love the sound of the snare drum. The way it's been produced is lovely and recorded. Guitar riff, you can't help but headbang along. It's got groove, it's got aggression. Yeah, that was The Nightmares. As ever, there will be a blog on Big Bubble UK that goes along with this show. On there you can find the links to both artists today, Ryan Gates and The Nightmares. Now it's time for me to move on to my self-indulgent selection. This is the part of the show where I pick tracks that I want to play. They don't have to have anything to do with the artist I featured. They're just tracks that I feel like playing. So here is my first self-indulgent selection. That was Badoo with 47.2. That is our very own King Geek, Matthew Smith.
Whitstable. On sea.
On air.
Big Bubble Radio. Big Bubble Broadcasting. From Whitstable to the world.
Spent too much time thinking of you tonight. Oh, and my eyelids, they are heavy, and my thoughts still put up a fight. Oh, the sun sets over the eastern coast, and as she sets, she puts the world to right. Oh, for tomorrow, oh, tomorrow, oh, tomorrow will be different.
2 in a row on the local lockdown there. First up, you had John Frusciante with Every Person, followed by Famous James and the Monsters with Don't Panic.
The Local Lockdown with Neil Stockley.
That was Audio Slave with Co-Chise, or possibly Co-Cheese, depending how you pronounce it. What a great band they were. Such a shame that came to an end. But there's 2 brilliant albums, especially the first album, which that track was from.
We're on Instagram, bigbubble.uk.
The one and only David Bowie there with The Man Who Sold the World. Now it's time for us to get back to our 2 featured artists for today's show. We're going to start with Ryan Gates. I just want to read a little bit about him. He's a postman from Herne Bay. He's written an album called Lockdown, During Lockdown, about the experiences in these weird times. It should be available on Spotify and iTunes from October the 11th.
Whitstable. On sea.
On air.
Big Bubble Radio. Your isolation station.
All quiet on the street, no one to greet. Business is shut, they're all boarded up. Stretch right round the corner, a queue standing in order. One wearing a mask, all 2 meters apart. As I walk past the line, man says one at a time. Then he closes the door, he's forbidden anymore. Must be safety first, it's no life in a hearse. Said the masked man in the line, I remember the fear in his eyes. Fear in his eyes, the fear in his eyes. He don't wanna die, the fear in his eyes. Fear in his eyes, the fear in his eyes. He don't wanna die. There's sweat on his furrowed brow, he needs to be home soon now. That masked man in the line, I remember the fear in his eyes. Fear in his eyes, the fear in his eyes. He don't wanna die, fear in his eyes. Fear in his eyes, fear in his eyes. He don't wanna die.
That was the 3rd track from Ryan Gates. That for me is his real standout track of the 3 he sent me. It's just got everything I love. His vocal range is brilliant. Musically it's great. It's kind of got this almost sort of Paul Weller meets the Kooks meets sort of the Verve almost. And yet you've got this reggae thing going on as well. I really like that song. I like the other 2 tracks, don't get me wrong. But this sort of writing from Ryan is is my thing personally. I think that's a brilliant track. As I say, you will be able to find the links to Ryan on Big Bubble UK on my blog there. Just go to Neil Stockley and you'll find the local lockdown blog. Massive thank you to Ryan for sending me in his music. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was brilliantly written, brilliantly played, great lyrical content. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the Nightmares. They describe themselves as, "We are the Nightmares. We met in the graveyard 3 years ago and started to mix disco with fuzzy riffs to create our weirdo sounds." Yeah, you've definitely got a lot going on there. There's definitely a punk element. You've got a great vibe. We were all tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists, and this has leaked into our debut album, See You Later Savages. The title, which was taken from a mysterious time capsule found under an American school. Savages is an 8-track burst of adrenaline, coming in, smashing your eyes and leaving you before you can even say hello. Over the 8 songs on Savages, we wanted to show off the things that we do best, with a whole bunch of heavy riffs, funky bass lines and pounding disco drums. Savages comes out on the 25th of September and the band are already working on the follow-up.
Make me
That was The Nightmares with The Monster with 21 Faces, followed by Pocket Knife. A massive thank you to both my artists today, Ryan Gates, singer-songwriter, and The Monsters. As I said earlier, do go on to Big Bubble UK and check out the blog that accompanies this show. And also, if you would like to be featured on this show, do email me at nstockley@live.com or email the studio, which is Big Bubble UK. Also, I'd like to say a massive well done to Sophia Fassbender for completing her master's thesis, and also a big hello to Hugh Gatt. Again, thank you for listening to tonight's show. I'm going to play one more track. I shall see you next week, same place, same time, 7 p.m. every Saturday on Big Bubble UK. I'm Neil Stockley. Good night.